So last week I told you all about why I decided to quit my Biglaw job. Quick recap: misery, anxiety, weeping and gnashing of teeth, etc., etc. When I first decided that I wanted to quit Biglaw, I thought I just wanted to take another legal job, like maybe at a smaller firm or in-house. If you want to hear my story about how I realized that I in fact did not want to practice law, you can click the link on the screen. What I didn't talk about in that video is what happened after I had that realization, so that is what I'm going to talk to you about today. I'm Sarah Cottrell. I practiced law for 10 years, and now I help unhappy lawyers ditch their soul-sucking jobs. When I realized I didn't want to practice law, I was totally at a loss. Okay, I don't want to do this, but what do I actually want to do? At the same time, I was becoming increasingly miserable in my job to the point where I knew that I just needed to get out, period. Like many other lawyers, I really liked reading and writing, so a job as an editor seemed like a no-brainer. The only problem is, how do you find one of those jobs? For me, it was an offhand comment from a friend who we had over to our house for dinner. He went to law school in Houston, which is where we lived at the time. He just so happened to mention that he was interning at a legal publishing company that published some of the books that I used regularly in my practice. Cue to me Googling that company, seeing that they had job openings for entry-level jobs, and applying. They called me in for an interview, and it was such a relief just to be in an environment that was not a law firm. I waited nervously, and when the call with the job offer came, I was ecstatic. Here are a few tips if you're thinking about leaving the law and pursuing a job in legal publishing. First, be prepared for a pay cut, and possibly a big one. I am very open about the fact that I took a 6-figure pay cut to move from my job in Biglaw to my job in legal publishing. As a relatively new lawyer who still had a ton of law school debt, that definitely stung. I'm also really upfront with people that I could not have taken that financial hit if I did not have a partner to help carry the financial load. For me, I was at the point where I just needed to GTFO, and so I was really choosing between a relatively small salary and no salary, so it was worth it to me. Second, if you're thinking about leaving legal practice for a job in legal publishing, you need to be willing to be a beginner. When you've done all the work to become a lawyer and then you choose to start over, it can be really humbling. You're bringing a ton to the table, but you're also entering a brand new field. You have a lot to learn, and you also have to prove that you're going to be a team player who doesn't expect special treatment. Your background is still incredibly helpful. For me, it helped me stand out and earn a promotion and a significant raise within my first year. But you really need to make sure that you're keeping in check any sense of entitlement. And lastly, if you're thinking about making a move to legal publishing, enjoy it. I loved my time in legal publishing. It was a fun, collaborative experience that was completely different from working at a law firm. It can feel almost surreal to be so happy with your work environment after being miserable for so long. If you're thinking of making a move, but you're not sure where to start, download my free guide, First Steps to Leaving the Law, at formerlawyer.com/first. And check out the video on the screen to get my thoughts about how to approach this transition. I hope this video helps you on your journey to trade lawyering for a better life.